Well, you can go first after I just mentioned that this was your best lesson yet. I thought it was fantastic. Um,
Oh, thank you.
I feel like you're just, your students are engaged. You really are um taking all the suggestions and making them, function for the classroom. And I was just really happy. I actually watched it twice because I thought it was excellent. But I
Oh,
want to hear
yeah, we did a
from you. What do
movement.
you
Yeah, that
feel?
was,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
fantastic. It was really fun. And it was fun to watch too. So how are you feeling
Oh,
about it?
so the first one, you suggest us to do the movement and the game. So we did one song to do the clap hands, and then we did the other game so they can like run around in the classroom. And I think that was like really good. And also I stand up and walk around in the classroom, try to attract their attention. And also I did some attention getter. And before, when I didn't know in the beginning, I played the video, and then in the end, everybody was tiring, and I have to talk so much, and they won't listen. My last class, I did talking some, and then move, and then video, and then talk again, and move. I think that was really good.
Yeah, I mean, that was amazing. And I think, the way that you basically assessed what their needs were and then came up with those strategies so that you could have everybody engaged equally, even the ones that are wiggly, it really, you could see that you were using all that knowledge that you now have about each student in order to keep them all engaged. And that was really impressive. I also saw you use a lot of open-ended questions, which was great. Asking them like, what would you do if you have a green light? Or, how would you, um, what would the animal do if you had a red light? Like it was just, it
Yeah,
really allowed for the differentiation. Like the students that were able to give you more were able to do that.
to
It's some
make it harder.
support. So I thought that was amazing. Like you could just really know, you can really tell that you know each student, which I think is so powerful.
People are sharing their favorite lights, and then they have reason, and some people just say I like orange light or like some light. So it was funny to
Yeah.
hear their thoughts. Yeah, for my next lesson, I want to improve it. I noticed the game when I was trying to tell them I make the sentence too long. So next time I want to cut it short and simpler so they can all follow. And also when we finished the class, people were so excited because of the game. We need formal clothing. We will like summarize again and repeat those words again. We didn't do that too well. We did a 1 minute summarize. I will try to bit more so that they can remember what they learned.
A good goal. I mean, it not only does that provide closure, but it also lets you to do that one last assessment, right? To figure out if they got what the new material was. Um,
Right.
and also, I think what you did with telling them to ask their parents a question about, the content that you were teaching them. I think teachers always forget to do that, to give them sort of like some homework to take home and be able to extend that conversation. I thought that was really clever to just do it that way. Um, and it makes the learning real for them so that they know this is not something that's just in the classroom, it's something that's bigger than the classroom. It's real life and
Yes.
it's something they connect. So I thought that was great. Um, and I was trying to figure out when you were talking about um, the emotions and the feelings. The song that you sang after that was the equivalent of if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Was it that one?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Right. That
I
was the
wanted to
song.
make sure.
Right.
Yeah, so that's another thing that you had talked about, which was incorporating songs that may already be familiar to them in English, but using them
Yeah.
in Mandarin so that they can know the vocabulary. So I thought that was like the perfect choice for that.
Yeah.
But how do you see the progress? Like, what are some of the things that you have assessed that will sort of shape how you plan for next time?
I think I get to know the students really well, and I know who's more of seeing things and who's into touching things. Some kids, they were complaining about not getting a turn, and I know them, so I will try to call them in the first. They also know me, and they know my teaching sequence, calendar and the weather and the emotion and numbers, and then we will do the topic. I understand they can't stay focused for too long, so we will have so many sessions so they can learn a little bit things every time. I think we are really connecting. For my next lesson, I will need to design more games for my students. And also we will do a review for Chinese character 1 to 10. My last 4 lessons, we did 2 numbers every lesson. So we will have 10 numbers, and I hope they can do it well.
It's
Yeah,
good.
it's
No, I
a
think,
lot.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot, but I think, they're each demonstrating their knowledge at whatever level they are. And, that's good because they feel successful. They feel like, they can sort of perform at the level that they are. And, that's really good for children's social emotional and just feeling like they can function in the classroom. Um, the role playing games are fantastic. Like, I think that, any topic that you have that you can plan, if you can continue with those role
Role
playing
play.
games, that would be great. And the movement game, like I really, I think kiddos need sort of a physical way to practice what they're learning. So having the game, like you said, where they went around the classroom, to somebody sort of looking from the outside in, it may seem disorganized, but from the teacher perspective, like looking at what you were doing, I thought it was really, um, it had a purpose and it had a meaning, and I think it was successful. So,
Thank
something
you
like
so
that
much.
to do, yeah, something like that to do, I would think, you could adapt that to almost any theme that you're teaching. So,
Try. Yeah, and thank you for your
yeah.
feedback and the suggestions. That's really helpful. I was in them into my lesson and I got some improvement. Thank you.
No, I thought it was wonderful. Like you can see really the growth and the connection that you've made with the students at this age is the most important thing because that's when they're engaged and they want to learn and they want to listen to you. And even looking at their behavior in the first lesson and seeing them now, they're able to like self-regulate more and they're engaged with you, they're making connections, they're looking at you. So that in itself should be the
Oh, you
best sign
noticed.
that great. No, it's great.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, Miss
You're
Christina.
so welcome.
Thank you.